never gets old. Was. Come on, baby. Okay. We're making progress. Good morning, everybody, and thank you for tuning in to today's video. Welcome back to the channel. It is 5:04 a.m. on September 6th. As you guys can see, we have the black Peterbilt Truck 20 in our fleet with our 3-axle landau loaded up with a D3 next-gen dozer, which is basically a Cat D5 size dozer in the previous generation. So if you guys didn't know, the size has got a little bigger. So a D3 is a little bit bigger than it has been. So it's a decent sized dozer. Now it's a D3. It's almost full width on the trailer, and the blade with it turned is just under 8.5 feet. So we are a legal load. But this morning we are going to be going to Nuevo, California, which is, I don't know, about an hour and 20 minutes down the road here. And we're going to be delivering this dozer. We're scheduled for a 6:30 a.m. delivery, so we pretty much got to get going right about now. But yeah, that's what we're going to be doing this morning. If you guys were wondering, we got 2 other trucks out this morning. Tony is taking a spread axle load to Dodger Stadium, a load of power equipment for a concert. And Jorge is taking another Cat piece of equipment. He's taking a 12K reach forklift with a bucket to Banning. So we'll probably see him on the way back. And then from there, he's gonna go to Desert Center. Anyway, thank you for tuning in to today's video. Hopefully you guys do enjoy it. As of right now, this is all I know that's going on, but I'm sure that's not the only thing that's going on today. So yeah, let's go ahead and see what else the day brings, and I hope you guys enjoy the ride. Thanks for tuning in. Let's go ahead and head to Nuevo. the Dirt Road Chronicles start. So I already called the customer. He said he suggested coming down this road instead of the way the GPS was leading me because this road's a lot more accessible. So props to him for letting me know about that. Alright guys, we have made it. This is the job site right in here. So I set myself up out here on the road. It is a tracked machine, but as you guys can see, it's dirt. So I'll just make a nice gradual turn so we're not tearing up the road. Looks like there's already another driver here dropping off probably a 950 loader size machine. Alright, let's go ahead and get the PTO set up here and we'll get this thing offloaded. Alright, so first things first, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little bit of tilt in the deck here. And we'll go ahead and remove these three chains and leave our one chain on the other side. This chain and binder away. Alright, so we'll go ahead and remove this last chain. Oops, I'm tightening it. Alright, so now that we got all the chains off except that one last chain, we'll go ahead and raise up the deck to about there. We'll start bringing the axles forward. The reason that we leave that chain on there is it's a good habit of practice. If you have a rainy day or something like that, basically, and it's not as applicable to this deck because there's wood, but if you had a full steel deck on a rainy day and you start tilting up like this, it could very easily slide. Steel on steel, there's not a lot of friction there, so it can slide away and get away from you. So it's always a good habit just to keep that chain on there. Alright, we're all done in there. Alright guys. Let's go ahead and start this thing up. Okay, pull up my blade here, twist it straight. Dial right here that I can control my speed with. So right now I'm set at 0.2 miles an hour and I'm just getting off the bed nice and easy. We have a 12% downgrade and a 2% grade to the right, according to the computer here. Go ahead and take the speed up a little bit. Slow down a second here to get off the bed. Gradual turn so we don't tear up the road here. Alright, we'll go ahead and run the axles back here. Get some of these bigger rocks off of here. Alrighty, well, machine's delivered and we're all clear for now. I'm gonna go ahead and call our contact that we do deliveries for and just see if they have anything out in this area that they want us to take back home. But other than that, we're gonna go ahead and head back to the valley and see what else we can get into. Like I said, Jorge is already dropped by now. He should be headed back to the valley to grab a reach fork going to Desert Center, and Tony should be getting close to Dodger Stadium by now. So, busy morning. All right, well, now that we're back here at the yard, I'm gonna check in with Mark, see what we got going on. I know we have this truck that's down. It needs an AC compressor. Sozy just got back from vacation. And Roberto is gonna wash this 35 ton. So, yeah, this truck right here needs a new AC compressor. So, if it was the winter, it'd be a different story. But it's the summer, so that truck is down. It's 120 degrees. You can't make the guys drive a truck without AC. It's just like inhumane. I want to show you guys something here. Sorry about that. All right, so in a few videos ago, I was showing you guys how we inventory parts, and that was a bad example of how we inventory parts. As I mentioned, it is a work in progress, and it's not to the point where I want it to be, but based on some of you guys' comments and just it kind of motivated me to do a little bit more. And so what I went ahead and did was, we've had this cubby system here for a while now, but it hasn't been utilized to its full potential. So what we started doing was we started labeling like B3, A3, C3, D3, labeling each cubby so that way we have an idea, one, of inventory. We already have an inventory of everything. It's just a matter of where it is in the shop. So this has always been labeled room 3, but now what we can do is we know that a part's in room 3, but we also know that it's in cubby C3. So like, for example, this is a consumable is what I would call it. It's a J-hook strap, which is used pretty regularly on the flatbeds. Same with these are lasso straps, and this is another consumable. It's just wear and tear makes those things need to be replaced. So now we have dedicated cubbies for certain commonly used items, like all of our ratchet straps with chain tails, all of our ratchet straps with hook tails, some of the heavy duty stuff like ratchet straps for the axle, oversized signs, and then all the rest of the stuff is just more miscellaneous parts. I got all the cabin air filters down here in the locked room because the guys like to come in here and replace the cabin air filters more than they should. So that's why we put them in here. And then we just got all these tools that I need to work on selling that have came out of cars. So, but I just wanted to show you guys this. This is kind of a work in progress and kind of a step in the right direction. Other than that, yesterday was Labor Day, so it was pretty slow yesterday. So those are always good days to catch up on some things, do some organization. So we got all the straps that can go on the spread axle out here. We're gonna put those on the spread axle. And then we just kind of did some organizing. We cleaned out this area. This was kind of just a junk area. Put all of our commonly used items, but those were previously over there, kind of just taking up space. We also went ahead and started clearing this workbench. And I initiated a policy: every Friday, anything left on this bench just gets thrown away, because that bench is like the first thing that is here when you walk in the shop. So what guys do is they'll come and they'll grab a tool, they'll go use it, and then they'll just set it down instead of putting it away. My biggest pet peeve: not putting stuff away where it found it, and not having dedicated spots for tools or items. So anyway, let's go ahead and see if we can find Mark. All right, guys, check this out. I went ahead and ordered this. It's called the container skate. Let's see. See if I can show you guys. All right, so I went ahead and ordered something like this. What the heck? There's no way they sell this at Walmart. That's funny. Anyway, I did not buy it from Walmart. But this is a container skate. So basically you set the container down on top of this, and then you're able to winch it onto your bed. I bought this because it has this like beveled end right here. And the problem that we run into is when you're winching the containers, you basically have to put them up on blocks and back under them at least that first couple feet, or else it gets caught on the leading edge of the landau, and then it just gets stuck and you break a cable, chain, something like that if you're not careful. So I'm hoping that this beveled end is going to kind of pop it up onto it and kind of make it a more seamless process. So I think that'll work out pretty well. I did not pay $127 for them. I paid $85.99 each. So those should be here in a few days. We'll test them out, see how those work out. I think it'll work out pretty good. So if you guys didn't know, this is my personal vehicle. It's a 2020 Mustang GT California Special. That's why you got the GTCS. So it's got the 5.0 big motor. Anyway, got this little chip in my windshield right here. And I don't know how long it's been there because it's right under my steering wheel, like right in my blind spot under the steering wheel. So I just noticed it the other day. We also have a windshield crack that developed on truck number 5. And so the primary reason was because of truck 5. I have a guy come in that we use to seal the windshield so that it prevents it from basically splintering any further. So he's gonna come and do that, but then while he's at it, I'm gonna have him do the Mustang, get that taken care of. So the problem is that I have a truck schedule. I write a schedule every week of truck assignments, where trucks need to be, and I specifically scheduled truck number 5 to be here during this time. What do the guys do? One of the guys hops in the truck and just takes off with it. So he's gonna have to, I guess, take his time on my Mustang because that truck is on its way to Palm Springs, so it'll be probably back in an hour. Shouldn't be an issue, but just the thought and the concept that I plan to have the truck here and it's not. All right, let me pull the Mustang up and we'll probably spray it down really quick, get the dust off. It's kind of dirty right now, but I haven't really had time to wash it, and I'm usually really good about keeping that car clean. Never gets old. All right, so next up is an issue with our pressure washer setup here. The O-rings on this deal, which is like kind of a swivel setup on the hose, so this feeds the hose and it's out allowing it to spin. It takes like a specialty O-ring. They're like wide body but low profile O-rings. And so we have a various assortment of O-rings, but none of them worked. They either leaked or they blew them out. So I'm gonna go to the hydraulic shop that we bought that from and see if they have like a rebuild kit or if they can match it up, something like that, so that way we can get that up and working and not leaking. All right, this will be my chariot to the hydraulic shop. I don't drive the battery trucks very often because I don't do battery installs, but Jose primarily drives this truck. He's the battery manager, and it is very clean, and I am impressed. For those who didn't know, your vehicles have a built-in indicator to tell you if you have something wrong with your circuit in the blinkers. So as you guys can see, notice the speed there of the blinker, and there's an audible tone, but I don't think you guys will be able to hear it. You have that, and then if you turn it here to the left, you can see it's much quicker. That's telling you that there's something wrong with the left side. And if we go to the back here, let me take a look, we can realize that only one of the lights is blinking. Both of these should be blinking. So I'm gonna pop this open really quick and see if we can fix it. All right, let's see if we can get a replacement.
Single.
Was.
Single, need a double.
All right, moment of truth. Here it is. Well, guys, as they say, shit happens. Unfortunately, Jorge was en route to Yucca Valley, or actually 29 Palms, to get a skip loader and a water truck and the parking brake valve. So basically, this valve on the inside of the dash took a crap and is leaking, and it's basically the air. All Alright guys, we made it to 29 Palms. We're gonna be after this skip loader here and this water truck. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put the skip loader all the way forward, but bucket on the top deck and you know, wheels down here, and then I'll put the water truck right behind it. It should all fit. I could put one of them tires on the front deck, but then it gets kind of funky with the chains. Definitely doable, but kind of a pain. So I think, considering this is a little 2K water truck, we should be able to get away with it. So let's go ahead and pull one of these out. I think I'll obviously got to pull the water truck out first to get it out of the way, and then we'll be able to get the skip loader. All right, start her up. Neutral. Ooh, that's not a good sign. Does it have a locking differential? Let's make sure our wheels are straight here. Okay, they're not. I'm just kind of rolling it back and forth here, trying to get myself unstuck. I noticed that it was kind of like that, and it's kind of weird how they just left it right here too. I'll show you guys what I'm talking about here. Man, this whole place smells like cat pee, dude. Yeah, I don't think there is a locking differential. Let me make a phone call. Okay, let's see if we can get this unstuck. Let's see, the brake is fully released. So, I'm kind of just trying to walk it back and forth here.
Okay, come back.
I'm hoping that we don't lose a driveline here. Come on, baby. Okay. I'm trying to just build myself a little valley here to kind of walk in. Oh, I don't like that at all. So I'm gonna play with a little more. Making progress. Nope, not really. Is so weird. It doesn't seem like it's getting stuck. It just seems like reverse is not working out very well. Let me move this loader. Let a little bit of water out. There's not a lot of water in there, but there's a tiny bit. Might give us a little extra traction. Try to go forward here. See, it's moving really, it's not even slipping going forward. And then it starts slipping immediately going in reverse. There it goes. Don't rip off the mirror. Okay, we're out. Yeah, but get any work done if my phone rings every 2 seconds. Okay, here we go. Bucket up, other bucket up. Parking brake is released. Reverse, here we go. Alright, let's get the deck up here. For not recording, but apparently my $450 camera can't sit out in the shade for more than 10 minutes without overheating. So pretty disappointing. This camera's really getting on my nerves. But anyway, we are all chained down, ready to go. I'm gonna go ahead and end the video here. We do have a CHP call holding. We have a burnt RV that I need to respond to. I'm about hour and 20 minutes away from the yard. Still got to drop this off, get the rotator, get all that going. So we're giving like a 3-hour ETA, and I guess I couldn't find anyone else to do it. So now we got to do it. So with that being said, that'll probably be in the next video. Hopefully you did enjoy this video. As always, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know in the comments what you thought about it. We'll see you on the next one. Thanks for watching, guys.